If you would like to help support the channel, check out our links on our homepage. You can subscribe and follow our Instagram for all the latest channel going-ons, or click on our Ko-fi link to make a donation. You can also click on our Goblin Gaming affiliates link. They sell Games Workshop, gaming mats, terrain, accessories and many more items. And of course, Adeptus Titanicus, all at discounted rates. Anything you buy, using the link, the channel gets a little in return. Thanks very much and enjoy the show. Welcome Princeps, we're back for another campaign battle report after a little break, after having a baby and Steve having work exams and life stuff. So here we are, and hopefully it's going to be a good one. We've come up with something different. It hasn't been play tested mission wise, so we'll see if it works or not. Hopefully it does, and we're going to go through our list. So I'm going to hand you over to Steve and he's going to tell you about his battle group.
Yeah, so we're using the Solaria Battlegroup, Spear of Tigris today. I've decided to go for the Perpetua Maniple from the Defensive Riser book. So that concludes my Warlord, who is the Princeps Senioris. Solaria. She is rocking 2 Volcano Cannons and 8 port launchers on the roof. Also, she has 1 reroll because of the experience system using for the campaign. Pardon me. Next I have 2 Reavers, one with Volcano Cannon, Laser Blaster and 8 port launchers. And the second one with Melta Cannon, Gatling Blaster and Turbo Laser Destructors. Nothing to say about them, they're still quite low in the experience points. Then I've got 2 Warhounds, one with Plasma Gun and Heavy Bolter, and one with 2 Turbo Laser Destructors. Now both my Warhounds I've given the Comedian Shrouding Rule 2 war gear from the Solaria entry, which basically gives them a -1 to be hit while they're at long range, unless they take any structural damage during the game. And my Princeps has got, the Swift Killer trait as his her trait. Her trait. I'll remember eventually.
Okay, so you got the Perpetua Battle Line Maniple. Okay, so this is new, isn't it?
It is.
So this is compulsory Warlord and 2 Reavers, so your Warhounds are support.
That's right, so the Warhounds won't be getting the rule, yeah.
Okay, and they have the Stand Firm Maniple trait. When issuing emergency repair orders, Titans from this Maniple, blah blah blah, the command check will always succeed on a 2+, regardless of modifiers. Interesting. Okay, so in addition, during the damage control phase, Titans from this Maniple roll an additional repair dice if they have not moved.
Yeah.
Okay, so potentially fairly static if you want that to work, isn't it?
Potentially, yeah. But you won't need it all the time. But no. It'll be good when it goes off.
But if you need it, you think, well, I'm just going to stand.
Yeah, and I thought my thoughts were in light of the mission, which we'll
explain on the battlefield.
It might be worth standing still occasionally.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Your list done?
It's my list done, mate.
Your list done. Okay, so my battle group is Battlegroup Metallica. Legio Mortis, and I've got a Regia Maniple, which is the King and Queen, basically because that's the models I had in this battle group, and that's pretty much how it's going to work. So 2 Warlords, 2 Warhounds, and the Warhounds can share shields with the Warlords at a range of 3 inches, I think. So we'll see if that comes into play. Sometimes it's better, you just want to run the hands off and do their own thing, so we'll see. My Warlord, Torment Eternal, is my Princeps. My experience, I rolled a 1, so I got no reroll for that. It's got Volcano, a Quake and Apocalypse, and it's my Princeps, and has the Favoured by Fortune trait for this battle. Also has Remains of the Fallen, which is a modifier to command checks for enemy titans around 8 inches, I think. I haven't got the book in front of me, so I can't remember the range, so that does that. That's a Mortis edition. A second Warlord with Volcano Cannon, Sun Fury Plasma, Apox, and also has Remains of the Fallen. These were all put in to the initial build to boost up the points of the initial spend. 2 Warhounds, one with a Plasma, Vulcan Bolters, and Remains of the Fallen. And the other Warhound has 2 turbo lasers with the War Master's Beneficence to try and drop some shields early on, why not? And then backed up with some support Lancers, 3 of those. Yeah, I think that's my list. I don't think there's anything more interesting than that. Nothing new that you wouldn't have seen already, I don't think. So there we go, that's me. Mine comes in at 1745, yours is? Oh gosh, 17 something.
17 something, yeah, I think
okay.
1720 or something.
About 1720, so we're in the same sort of ballpark, no massive underdogs. I'm the attacker, so we've got 5 stratagem points each for the size of the game, the Legio traits, plus Steve gets +2 for defending a hive. And that's it, so we're good to go. Great stuff. Right, we'll see you on the battlefield and we'll explain this makeshift mission that we've got for you. See you then. Welcome to the battlefield, Princeps, and we are deployed. And first thing I'm going to do is tell you about the mission of the day. So as you can see, we're in this built up industrial area. Okay, so if you can see, we've got all these not tin cans of Promethium in the corner here, and then Steve has the same over there. And you'll notice they all have numbers on them, going from 1 to 5. Now, these are several things. They are the points that those containers are worth if they get destroyed. So this one here is worth 2 points. It is also the armor value. So all the Promethium containers have an armor value of 10 plus the number on top. So again, we'll go down to this one here, and it has an armor value of 14. This one here has an armor value of 11, and they all add up to 15 points. So to destroy them, it's the same as the building rules. You need to equal or beat the armor value and then roll a 5+ after to destroy it. So that way, some are easier than others to destroy to get your points, so on. When they blow up, if they blow up, they will explode with a d6 inch range and a d10 strength. So any titans in the area, as you can see at the moment, could get hit. So there's a little incentive to move. So there's 15 points you can score for that. There's another 15 points worth of titan killing, and we're using the Sanders chart, which you'll see pop up. But the difference is I've adjusted the points. So it will be 0 points, 5, 10, 15. So that way it equals the amount of points of the buildings. So that way you won't go, well, I'm just going to take out your titans and I'll win that way. It keeps the game open that you can lose titans but still destroy enough buildings to win, and vice versa. So target priority will be a thing in this game. It is untested. This is the first time we're playing it. We'll just come up with it and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it will go well. So that's the mission, and now we're going to talk about our deployment. So deployment, we have a standoff deployment. I picked that because it purposely forces us to deploy amongst the Promethium containers. So I'll start off with Steve over here, and you can see he's got 2 hounds, Reaver, Warlord, and then over on his other flank he's got a single Reaver. Now he did have Warhounds over here. He's used a Fog of War to redeploy those Warhounds from this side over here, like a feint, Solaria feint. That's a Solaria exclusive stratagem, I believe.
Yeah, so I did that in order to try and get Chris to put down his Cerastus, and when I knew where they were, I could then redeploy, so they've got a long run at me, rather than here before, where they would have got to me in a couple of turns.
And he also dropped a Command Bastion, which is just there.
Yeah, I'm balanced. Not sure if I want to build my Command Bastion in front of a big Prometheum tank like that, but you know, they knew what they were doing.
So yeah, we're all amongst it there. On my side, on my right flank, I've got the Cerastus. It wasn't really to target those hounds so much, it was because I'd run out of space over here more than anything.
Hey, come on, I thought I was being cut.
I'm not saying it's a good move, but yeah, I wasn't spoilt for choice. I hate deploying Cerastus because I always find that they get targeted pretty quickly. And then I've got my Princeps Warlord. He's partnered up with the Laser Blaster Hound. And then I've got my other Warlord here and my Plasma Toting Vulcan Warhound on this corner. So there we go. We are deployed. And it's the standard match play turn, so it's 4 turns guaranteed and then random game length. So it's all about destroying those buildings, destroying those titans, and whoever can get the most points at the end. It's a maximum of 30 points to be scored, you can draw. And let's do it. So let's do that first player roll off.
Oh, I hate that.
You love it. Guessing I'm going first as usual.
Oh, that's standard.
Standard, sad thing you do. I hate this red dice as well. I should get a different one because it rolls low. Oh, actually, it's
Not
done
today.
alright. It's done an 8.
That's a 6.
Steve's got 6. I've won the roll. I'm going to have a think, and we'll see you in turn 1. Here we go. Turn 1, Strats and Orders. So I opted to give Steve the initiative, first player. We've both got the same amount of activations, so I kind of felt that I want to see where he goes first. I think unless there's Perforians, you're very unlucky to lose something on the first turn, but hey, you never know. So Steve played no stratagems. He'd already played 2, as you saw in deployment, and I played 2. I gave my Princeps here, so just using some riser stuff. I gave him the homing warheads for 2 stratagem points. It reduces his, I gave it to the missiles, reduces them by 3, so they're down to 7 dice in the pool. But I don't have to worry about negative modifiers for targets that are obscured or barrage fire. So there's quite a lot of terrain here. Let's see if that comes into good use. This Warlord here, I gave this one, where is it? Experimental Locomotive. So basically I can move at my full movement and turns, but at the end of every phase, on a roll of a 1 on a d10, I take some damage to the legs, critical damage I think. Oh, devastating hit to the legs, and I lose the stratagem. So let's see, that's good. So hopefully I can try and keep up maybe with a hound. So that's 3 out of my 5 stratagem points played. Orders. Steve, what did you go for?
Did a split fire on the Princeps Unioris.
Yep.
I then tried full stride on this hound, but failed.
Mm-hmm.
So because of the Command Bastion, I had 1 order left, so I decided to give a split fire to the Reaver on the left flank here.
Which was successful there. I've opted for a split fire on my Princeps Warlord and a full stride on my Cerastus. All successful, and I decided to stop there. So Strats and Orders done, turn 1.
Yeah.
Going into the moves. Okay, movement phase complete. I'm going to start with Steve, and generally, well, you can tell him.
Push for a reactor to this guy to move a bit, but I've got a blank, so that was good. Move the hounds around here. I don't really know what I'm doing with him yet, if I'm being honest. The Warlord just shuffled. You can't make any turns, but he just moved laterally, like 1 inch. And this chap just moved up to make the Cerastus have a harder time coming around terrain to...
Fair enough. Just a general shuffle up there.
In the
you can see,
cockpit. Yeah.
Obviously, there is the risk of these
Exploding.
buildings.
Yeah.
Potentially.
There is
I've done a similar thing, really. I've just got out the corner. I'm a bit danger close to this one. These Titans have just moved away and up and being aggressive. Just giving Steve the first player. It kind of worked for me in the way I could see where he was going. And I've kind of lined up some targets, and I've just pushed Strats out to this flank here, and we'll see how they get on. So that was movement. There is no repair phase to be done. There is no heat. There is nothing. So we're going to go straight into the combat phase. Just a little note, you may have noticed that I have blue numbers on mine and Steve has reds on his. So the idea is there's the same amount on each side to blow up. You don't score points for blowing up containers on your own side.
Which is what I asked.
I wasn't going to say that you asked that because I didn't want to make you look like a complete idiot.
No, I have a moment. It's fine.
Yeah. I'd just like to make a point that Steve asked that question but scored 95% in some medical exams recently. So, so just be wary if you ever see Steve in the hospital. So just to clear that up, just in case you were wondering, because Steve was, before he starts blowing up his own containers. Okay, so we ramble on. That was the movement phase done. There's no repair phase. We're going straight into the combat phase, turn 1. Steve's first play on the combat phase, he's picking this Reaver, and I think due to lack of targets, maybe?
Partly that, partly I wasn't sure. I wasn't convinced I was going to be in range of the Warlord there. Turns out I probably would have been.
Yeah.
So I've decided to unload on the objective
on
one.
This.
There.
So this is worth 1 point. It has an armour value of 11 because it is 10 standard plus the 1. So easier to destroy, but then obviously you're only scoring 1 point for it. So
you've got to get the point somewhere.
Got to get the points.
So I'm going to start off with the Gatling Cannon.
Yep.
So these will be frees. So that is 5. And it'll be 6s, I need strength 5.
Yeah.
Correct, no.
That'll give you 11s.
That's 2.
And 1s are rerollable. You've got 2 there because it's ordnance.
Of course, thank you. No, just the 2s.
Okay, 2. So he's equalled the armour value. So he rolls those dice on any 5 or 6s, it explodes and he scores 1 point.
No!
Nothing scored. Okay, next gun.
Okay, let's go with the melter cannon. I'm not liking about now.
Okay, so this is a blast as well.
Yeah. So we're going to put it there.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay, it's a hit. So strength 11, so automatically
Yeah.
does it. But if you score
Double.
5 or more over the armour value, which is the rules for buildings, you're rolling a d10. So,
Gotcha.
so roll it anyway.
Oh.
So okay, so just 1. So on a 5 plus, you'll destroy that.
Yes.
Okay, so he's got it. Steve scores 1 point, and it explodes. Now it does a d6-inch blast.
Oh,
1 inch
that's
blast, and it would have been poof, not much promethium in there.
Clearly.
And that is gone. Steve scores 1 point.
Take the counter.
You can take the counter.
I earned that. I want that.
Yeah, no, that's yours. 1 point for Solaria, and I got away with the explosion. Okay, that was you done then, wasn't it?
That's my first activation, yeah.
Okay, so 1-0. Interesting. Okay, my Warhound is next. I'm going to have a go at this building here for 2 points. So it's got an armour value of 12. I'm going to maximal fire. So it'll be strength 10. And it's long range, so I'm hitting on 4s. So 1 hit, 1 miss. So 1 scatter to do. No heat, no 1s. So Steve's going to move that for me. 2 inches, I don't think that's going to hit anything.
It's going to hit the container still.
Still going to hit the container, so we've got 3 hits. 3 hits on the container, so let's get one of those. Strength 10, armour value of 12, so 2 pluses.
Oh my.
So is that one? No, it's not more than 12. Yes, that one's a d10 to roll. Let's see. It goes up anyway on a 5.
Oh, no.
So that explodes. D6 inches. It's a 3-inch blast.
Okay, I think you missed me actually. As I'm there. Oh.
Cheating again.
Cheated again. You definitely missed the hound.
I think that's.
Yeah.
Oh, might have been after the move.
I don't know.
We don't know. Let's
Do you want to call it?
Let's 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. You get hit. No. So blast is clear. So that's 2 points for me. A building gone, and that is my Warhound fired. Steve's activation, and he's got split firing Reaver. So he's starting off with missiles barraging onto this hound. Very good. 4 hits. Okay. I don't think I'm going to merge. just yet. I'm on 3s. Or if I merge, I could push with the Warlord. I'm just going to roll it for the Hound. It's probably a stupid thing to do. And dropped 2 on the Hound. Okay, so there's 2 shields dropped on the Hound. Next gun is the lasers, going at the Cerastus. And you're going to shield bane?
Yes.
Yes.
So -1 to force to hit.
Yeah.
No hits. And 2 heat.
2 heat, no hits.
All the joys.
That's all your good dice are in that missile shot, I think.
I think you're right.
Okay, getting away with that. And Volcano.
Volcano, give me a sec.
Okay. And the last shot from the Volcano going at the Cerastus. As you can see, he's picked on that one there. So you're 2 heat already on there?
A little bit.
Oh,
Do with a blank here, or just 1 will be enough. That'll be fine.
Oh, he's got the blank, and he's got the hit.
Okay, so that's 2 hits,
Okay.
and
Strength 10. I do believe
3 knights.
with 3 knights, it's too much power.
There you go. Power.
Cannot save.
Okay, oh dear.
5 and a 6, so 15, 16. So devastating and a critical. The track is pretty much full, and I lose 1. And let's take a shaken check, which I've passed. So that was a damn good shot from the Reaver, and that was done, isn't it now, isn't it?
He is done.
Yes, okay, so back to me. So my activation, I moved these battered Cerastus just in case Steve decided to go downrange with that Warlord.
Which is exactly what Steve was going to do.
It might help, it might not, but I've decided to do that, so it goes back to Steve.
Okay.
Steve's Hound down at my Hound with his lasers, but you've got some minusing, haven't you?
Yeah, the right arm's -2 to cover, so we'll do that first.
Okay, so first. No shield bane, Steve elected,
No.
so 2 misses.
And the next one, I am going to shield bane.
You are going to shield, but you're -1?
But it's -1.
-1.
Yeah, yeah. Is it?
It's a reactor dice, yes.
At the moment there, sorry. So these will be 4s. Oh, that
okay,
worked
so
out
1
well.
hit, 2 hits. Okay, so I'm probably going to do some merging of shields here. Okay, so merging shields with the Regia trait, using the Warlord's shield capacity of 3+, but I've been shield baned. And on force, and I make them both. So Regia coming into play there, good stuff. Okay, I'm going to pick this Warlord here, and I'm going to go all the way down range. I'm going to pick on your Princeps Titan. So 10 missiles coming in, long range, so I'm hitting on 2s.
I see you've not got the missile barrel.
No, this is the one with the advanced locomotives, experimental locomotives.
My bad.
This one has the
Got
missiles.
mixed up.
So I'm starting with this guy, 10 missiles, and I've missed with 2. So 8 voids.
Okay, we're going to push for shield, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's 1.
What was another one there?
Failed 2 so far.
And a reroll.
And 1 reroll. Okay, so
Makes
2
it
shields.
2 down.
1 heat.
Okay. And then if you could get the pie plate for me, mate. And if you could put the Volcano at the front. I don't know if I can overlap your Warhound at all.
If you put it there,
Yeah, as long as it's over your base.
Yeah.
Centre.
You're getting 2 shots on the Hound and 1 on the Hound, sorry, and 2 on the.
Perfect. So we're going to try for that. So we get a hit
What do you get?
and 1 heat. So Steve's void saves on the Warlord 2 3-ups. Pushing as well for 2 heat and a 1 and a reroll.
Okay, shield to save.
Okay, shields are safe, but it's 2 heat.
Which could be a problem.
Nah, you're right. Surely you're right at the moment.
Oh, I'm alright, but
Yes.
you know, I've yet to find my.
That's true. It's true.
my big
And
guns.
1 void on the
Yeah.
Hound.
Oh, that's the wrong dice. Saved.
And that's a save. Okay, and my plasma, it's got to be well out of range. And that's me. Steve's Warlord, you're on a split fire, aren't you?
Yep.
So you've elected to fire missiles at this Warhound.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over. We've established the range.
Is over.
I
So you got
believe
hit on 2s?
2s, yeah. That's 10 hits.
10 hits. Okay, I will merge again and use my Warlord. So pushing. Oh, it's Machine Spirit. Okay. Command check is a 2, so that is a fail. Okay, so let's do the saves.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. I've got 3 rerolls. Okay, so we make them all.
Wow.
We make all the saves. I've got 1 heat and I need to roll on the chart. So let's roll on the chart. It's a 5.
Okay, that is predatory. Choose one of the Titan's weapons at random, used on the table on the hit location. If that weapon has been disabled, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Otherwise, you attack with the chosen weapon targeting the nearest enemy unit within your arc with a ballistical 4.
Okay, interesting. So let's go from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is the Quake Cannon, and so we need to work out what we can see. So it's the Quake, and the target that we can actually see, can't see this guy because of cover, can't see this guy with the Quake looking from the weapon, is the Hound, is the closest one in sight, overlapping the pie plate. He's got the Solaria
Chameleon Shrouding.
Chameleon Shrouding. -1 plus this container here is giving him another -1, so I'm hitting him on 5s with a Quake. So I've missed. Let's scatter out. It's going that way 1.
2 on
so
the, or be
just
2 this
2 on the Hound.
2 on the Hound, yeah.
2 voids on the Hound.
Okay. Just gonna take those. Fail 1.
Fail 1. Okay, so
That was worked out well for you.
yeah, it was. That was your first weapon system, wasn't it? That was just the missiles.
That was just the
wasn't
missiles. Yeah.
it? Okay, so
It was your crazy machine spirit roll that did that.
That's pretty good. So Steve's going to continue with his weapon systems. So Steve's going to use his right hand Volcano, and he's going to target this Promethean container for 5 points. Potentially 5 points. Okay.
Okay, 1 heat.
1 heat.
And 2 hits.
Got the 2 hits.
The heat puts me into the orange, which is not where I want to be, but hey.
So strength 12 weapon.
Yep.
It's an armor value of 15.
Okay.
Oh, that's alright, you got 1.
I got 1.
You got 1. So on a 5 up it goes Nova.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes!
It goes. So Steve scores 5 points. Nothing's going to be within 6 inches if you rolled it explosion. The reason we didn't do D10s for the explosive range is it would have affected too much stuff. The idea is in the early stages of the game to move away.
Hit the other buildings as well.
Yeah, so we opted for a D6 range. So that is gone. That's 5 points to Steve. There you go. You can take that. Well done.
It's up. I'm going to elect not to fire my other Volcano Cannon this time.
Okay, so you are done.
Yep.
Okay, and that was your...
I've got 1 more activation.
1 more activation.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to me. Okay, going with my Warlord Princeps at the Warlord Princeps. With my missiles, I've only got 7 shots because I've taken the stratagem, which means I can ignore cover basically. Not that that's affecting me. Hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
So they've all hit 7.
Okay. I can't afford to push the shields.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
Are you on 4s up yet?
I am.
Beautiful. Oh, he's made it. It's done well.
That doesn't matter though. Shut it down.
Shields are down. Interesting. Okay, so let's open up with a... Let's do a Quake, I think. So overlapping the Quake, so I'm getting the rear of the Hound as well, hitting on a 3+. I hit.
Okay.
So let's...
Shield save on the Hound quick.
Yeah.
Which fails.
Which fails. Okay, so location on the Quake is the head. It's strength 9, I think. 9, 10, 13.
That's a direct hit.
Is a direct hit. And right, let's roll for the Quake effect. I think that's turn to the right.
Okay.
There's 5 and 6. And add a little Quake, so you are half movement as well. Okay, so still got a Volcano to follow. I've got split fire orders. I could go for that building. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to hit the Princeps because this is vengeance time. So Volcano coming in. I can still just about overlap that Warhound. So rolling to hit, needing a 3. Gets the hit and 1 heat. So let's get some dice and work that out. So this is the void save on the Hound.
Shields down.
Shields are now down on the Hound. Okay, so location for the Warlord, which is the body, and damage is a 14.
Okay, devastating.
And an 18.
Critical.
And a critical. It's a good start for Mortis, and that is my Warlord done. Back to Steve. He's got 1 more activation. Steve. Steve's last activation is just about in range from this hound, and can you see him fully from that gun? I think you can.
I can
because
see.
He goes around the building.
No, it's minus.
That's -1. So hitting it on 6s at long range. Oh, 2 misses. Okay, so we've got 2 scatters coming up.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Oh, so we've got 1 inch that one. So it's going to be 1 hit there, and another one is 5 inches that way. So I've got 1 void to take on that hound, which makes it, and you are activated.
Yep.
Okay, so I've just got 1 more to do, but I don't think it's going to have any targets, so let's just have a look. Okay, my last activation would have been this hound, and I don't want to do anything. He's got the War Master's Beneficence, I kind of want to save that. So that's activation's done, we're in the end phase. I need to roll for my experimental locomotives on this guy, which is a 4, so they still run. It's quite a handy thing on a Warlord. And you've got critical damage, haven't you?
I reactor leak on this guy.
Reactor leak on the Warlord. So that's
deeply into the orange at this point.
Are you in the orange?
Very much so. Yeah, this guy's probably got another turn left in him.
Okay, but you've got your Maniple trait for
have.
repairs, so we can see that probably come into play. So that was turn 1. Steve's taken out 2 buildings, giving him, well, you got
6 points.
6 points. I've taken out 1, that's given me 2, and I've got damage on a Warlord. So looking for Titan points as well, and Steve has near enough taken out half of the Saracens because they're on their last pip of damage. So interesting turn 1, Steve's in the lead, but Mortis did some good shooting. So we'll see you in turn 2. Okay, Princeps, here we go, turn 2. As you can see, I've got quite a big hole here. Steve's taken out a few buildings and got himself 6 points in the first turn to my 2, but he has suffered some heavy damage to his Warlord already. The power of 2 Warlords on 1 target is pretty damn awesome. But all to play for. This is where target priority comes in this game. There's 15 points to score from killing Titans, there's 15 points to score from buildings. In Titanicus you can get the domino effect. It's quite common, I think, when it starts going your way, but we don't know, it can also turn on its head quite quickly as well. 1 failed order, 1 failed void, and here we go. So first player roll off, I will start with a 0 on that dice is a 10. Steve
Touché.
Gets a bloody 10. Okay, a 9.
Oh,
Be that.
not today.
5. Okay, I'm going to take the advantage in this turn. I think, will I? We still got 5 activations each.
Yes.
Do I want to see where it goes? I'm going to have to think about it. It worked quite well for me last time. We've both got 5 activations each. I know it gives Steve's the opening shot, but I'm going to let him be first player. I want to see where he goes and pick my targets again. So Steve's going to be first player, and we're going to go over to Strats and Orders. Turn to Strats and Orders, and we have both used all of our stratagem points in one huge splurge. So I'm going to start with Steve's.
Okay, so I played the long retreat, which will allow me to move outside of my arc. That's really to get better targets. Wages of Betrayal to try and prevent Chris from getting off first fire orders. And I played a blind barrage on the Warlord at the battle there.
And that was yours all done, wasn't it?
That was me done.
Okay, so for myself, I have, I've forgotten the names already.
Smoke screen or whatever it's called?
Yeah, hang on. Take 2. Concealment Barrage, really need to make some nice smoke stuff up. So I've used it to fill this lane here, basically to give these guys some cover coming around this flank. It blocks line of sight completely, anything through that. So what it does is it may or may not drag one of Steve's Titans into that corner to deal with something I'm not bothered about. The second one and my last one was I dropped a Tracer Cloud on Steve's Warlord, knowing that he can't move very far. So basically any Titan or unit, I think, under that area, I get to reroll all hits. Now Steve can move, obviously he can probably get out of it going to the rear, but what it does, it funnels him into a corner. It's going to make him do something. He's either going to try and get out of it, he might not be able to, we'll see. Either way, it puts his Warlord in a sticky situation, which I imagine doesn't feel very nice. So that was my strats. Orders, even though Steve played the Wages of Betrayal, I got a full stride order off on my knights because they are not Titans. So they went off on 3+, and then I elected not to do any orders on my Titans anyway because I want to manoeuvre. That is why I've opted to go second player. Steve, your orders?
Emergency repair, which always goes off on a 2-off on this guy. Sadly,
yes.
didn't help me out too much, but I did manage to dump the heat I needed to in order to not blow up in the subsequent repair phase.
So he's out the orange.
Yeah, the orange.
Because Steve doesn't want that because he's got critical damage to the body already, so any more damage is not going to help him. Yeah, this guy?
I did a split fire with him, and I did that so I can maybe target a refinery, and also because of the fact that I can't turn obviously, but equally with the long retreat roll I can move 6 inches in any direction, well up to 8 inches in any direction, I will boost it. So it kind of negates the turning bit to a certain extent.
Yeah.
From the split fire orders. Cool. And I elected not to do any.
Cool. And that was off the back of a failed...
Oh, sorry, yes, I failed that one there, didn't I? But the Bastion let me reroll one more, so that was the last one.
Yeah, so that was just your orders. So no orders for me, couple for Steve. The emergency repairs didn't quite work out quite as well as he wanted. He's biting his nails. Pulling faces. Turn 2 Strats and Orders done, so we're going to go into the movement phase, which is going to be quite important. Turn 2 movement complete. I'm going to start with Steve. Go on, tell me about this Warlord, Steve.
Okay, so I can only move 2 inches because of the being quaked from previously.
Yeah, 4 if you pushed.
4 if I pushed. Now I could, if I'd pushed, move out of the cloud, but if I rolled, well, anything but a blank, he'd be back in the orange.
Yeah.
Which meant that he would be probably going to decimate himself on this turn. If I stay still with the Perpetua trait, I can roll 5 dice in the subsequent repair phase and hope to get a few shields up and other bits.
Yeah.
I don't think either option was great, to be honest, so I opted to go with that. I still have the Swift Killer trait, so I can turn before I fire, so that also helps. But I've kind of written this Warlord off as probably gone.
Okay,
so I've moved the rest of my force with that in mind.
Okay, so I think if you see my movement, it might make more sense why Steve's done what he's done. I mean, Steve started off by putting this Warhound out on this flank to take on my Hound, which I shuffled over. I have moved these guys up here. I didn't really need the full stride, but I did it just in case. Just want to get them up behind that cloud. Steve is then obviously moving away from them for the next round. Also, I pushed up with these guys to target the Warlord. He has intercepted that by trying to, get some cover, do some blocking, even though he's right next to this thing now. This guy pushing up again, eyes on target on the Warlord, and the rest of it is just kind of moving over here to try and probably just decimate a Hound in one round. We'll see. So Steve's just kind of moving back. I'm pushing up. The stratagems have worked out quite well for me so far, but that is the end of them. Good first turn on that Warlord, I think. Made the old bottom lip go on the old Solaria girls. Seeing their Princeps take such a battering in one round of shooting, but that's the power of 2 Warlords on one target.
Are you mansplaining that to the ladies of Solaria?
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, that's the movement. Steve's sort of feel like he's bottling in, getting more enclosed in, and I'm pushing up. Feels good to be a Mortis player today so far, but again the game can turn. Steve is still winning the game. He's still winning the game, 6 points to 2. That's movement done. We're going to go into some all-important repairs in turn 2. Quick repairs overview before we get into the good stuff. So, Steve, do you want to tell us what went down?
Yeah, so using the Perpetua Maniple, I rolled 5 dice, got not the best result in the world, so I used my once per game campaign reroll.
Yep.
Subsequently, I dropped 1 heat, and I managed to raise the shield and light a second one. Not what I could have hoped for. I was hoping to maybe get another shield, or at least over 5 to repair the critical damage, but he might survive this turn, we don't know.
Okay. This guy had nothing to do?
He had just dropped 1 point of heat.
And you had a heat off 1 Hound, didn't you?
Yeah, so this guy was in the orange.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to roll a 1 on the on the chart, and then which is strength 9, single strength 9 hit to the body,
Yeah.
which I then rolled a 1 for, so superficial, and I then dropped that point heat back into normal in the subsequent repair phase.
That's about it, really, wasn't it?
That was it. This guy failed to raise any shields, so I just dropped 1 point of heat.
Cool. My guys were actually pretty good nick anyway, so this hound that was on one shield left, I actually managed to get both of them back up. The Warlords called all their heat, and this guy's sitting pretty anyway. So my Titans, as it stands, are still untouched. So that's Repair's overview. The critical damage is still on that Warlord over there, but it has 2 voids now, and we're going to go into the combat phase. Steve starting with this hound. Into my hound, bolts to start, I imagine.
Lucky Daka, sure is. Okay, so that is what, a total of 5
because of the 6, because of the rapid in there. You might not be able to see on the crane. So, what do we say? 6?
5.
5. Wow, it's amazing that how my brain doesn't work sometimes. I will push. Oh, for 2. Oh no.
That's the worst result you could have done.
That can have been, well, yeah, I think that shields down, isn't it? So let's have a quick look.
Orange already.
Yes, with that roll, I've dropped all my voids and I'm in the orange. So, damage away. I'm assuming you'd max it. Oh no, it's a bolters, isn't it? So now you're going to max.
Now I'm going to maximum.
Now you're going to max these plasmas.
The plasmas. So, well, put me into the orange if I roll a 1, but hey. So I am 13 choice, so it is long range. These will be forced to hit.
14. You maxing it?
Yeah.
You are maxing it. Oh, so 1 hit, 2 misses.
So he's in the orange again now.
Beautiful.
Excellent. And 2 scatters.
Scatter away, yeah.
Should we come back for that?
Yes.
I don't think it's gone anywhere near me because it's 13
The
inches
first
away.
scatter's a 9, so that goes nowhere basically, into the middle of nowhere, and another one 5 inches as well. So both misses there, bit of heat, but my shields are down. He's got other Titans that can lock on, so it's not the worst thing. Obviously Steve's desperate for some punishment. I'm going to return fire at this point before other Titans take it out, because he's the only Titan I've got currently with no void. So I'm going to return fire at that hound, going with the bolters, hitting on the deer. So 2 hits plus a 6.
3 hits.
3 in total.
Okay. That's 1 shield.
Just 1 shield. And then I'm going to do some cheeky plasmas, going to overlap that Reaver as well, hopefully. So I've got the plasmas down, long range like Steve's. I'm not going to max them all because voids are still up, so hit on 4s. 1 hit, 1 scatter. It goes back 2 inches.
So it's going to be 3 hits on the Reaver then.
Yep, and 2 on the hound.
Warhound, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll give 2 on the hound.
Yep.
He's a freeze, that's 1 now.
Another 1 down. He's got 1 left.
Don't like losing their shields.
Okay.
And the
3 on the Reaver.
3 on the Reaver, who will push for shield. Okay, Machine Spirit.
Oh, beautiful. So reroll, do your reroll.
Okay, so
So they all
shield's
save,
passed,
and then take your command check.
which is a fail.
Oh, okay.
So let's drop up that heat before we forget.
And then D6 that chart.
Right. Hopefully it'll be some good like
A
fire.
4.
Belligerent, move D6 inches towards the nearest enemy unit. This is really not what I needed.
Okay.
Having said that, the nearest enemy unit depends if it's you or. So he is 19 inches away, and he is 18 inches away.
So you're pretty much going to stop behind that
So
Warhound anyway.
4 inches that way. Okay,
All good.
not done too bad. That's actually helped me out a bit, I think.
Good, well do. And that was it. That was my activation. So Steve's Reaver has got arc, and he's going to pick on my shieldless Warhound. Could be the end of it this turn. What are you starting with?
Melt Cannon.
Melt Cannon, okay. Of course it does. Of course it misses.
Can't seem to hit anything today.
I think this is the game where my dice are hot and Steve's necessarily aren't.
Oh,
It's
great.
going back 8 inches.
Yeah.
It'll land nowhere.
Right, so he's on split file orders, this guy. He hasn't moved or turned going, it's just where I used a long retreat to move outside of his arc earlier. So,
Want to mull it over? Or are you not just going to unload everything on this hound?
I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, let's just do that. So let's start with the big gun, the Gatling Gun, right?
Hit on 3s, what I got on there? Oh, there's a lot of 1s. 2 hits. Okay, location. The legs.
Reroll
the
for
one.
ordnance. Okay.
Right, okay, what are these? Strength 5 or 6?
So these are strength 5, sorry.
Strength 5.
So that's an 11 on the legs and a 9 on the legs.
Okay, 9 and 11. Let's
The
have a look.
9's got it, and the big gun on top.
Okay, so a direct hit on the legs there, and now he's got his lasers hitting on 3s. Oh, 2 2s.
Alright, dice. It's time for you to go away now.
Do you want to get some different ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, he's actually doing it.
I'm done. So it's back to you, mate.
Okay, back to me. Okay, my Warlord Addiction to Violence is going to pick on Steve's Princeps Warlord. I am blind barraged, but I am getting rerolls to hit with everything because of the Tracer Cloud. So he's got 2 voids, so let's start with those missiles. Hitting on 3s at this range. I have missed with 4, but they are rerollable, which gives me the 10.
Excellent.
So hopefully that will drop voids.
I can't honestly see it. Not.
Do you want to overload with 10?
Not especially. I just rolled 9. So I've got 9 dice in my hand. Okay, shield's down. I'm not even going to reroll.
Shield's down. Is that because the Games Workshop dice come with 9d6 and not 10?
Either that or I've lost one. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they come with 9.
Oh right, that'll be why I couldn't find it.
Okay, so voids are down.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to think about what weapon I'm going to do next. So the plasma is out of range, so I've just got the Volcano hitting on a 5-up rerollable. So it's a machine spirit, but it could be a hit. This is crucial. Pass the command check. Okay, so 1 heat.
Just one moment. What did you roll, Chris?
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Is that because of your
Wages of patrol. For the duration of the round, enemy times suffer minus penalty to command checks.
-2?
Princeps seniority is -3.
So this is not my Princeps, but a 2 is 4 -2 is still a fail. So the machine spirit takes over. So 3.
Impetuous. You move d6 inches straight forward, stopping before it applies anything, and move 45 degrees towards the nearest enemy unit.
Okay, so I'm going to move 3 inches forward, and I'm going to turn to face this Reaver. So let's sort that out. Okay, so I've bimbled forward 3 inches and turn 45 to face this Reaver, still in arc of the Warlord, and I'm now in range of my plasma with 1 weapon left to go. So I'm going to fire them with the barrage, and aiming is too much to get those shots into the body. So I'm just going to fire normally, hitting on 5s with rerolls. Okay. So 2 hits. I should have declared maximal. I didn't, so I'm not going to do it.
I would have mentioned it if I'd even thought about it.
Strength 8.
Location mate?
Yes.
Oh, you aimed, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
you
Can't
didn't
aim.
push it.
Can't
Yes,
aim.
of
Yeah.
course.
It's a weapon,
okay.
so I would go left to right.
Yeah. 1, 2,
1,
3,
2.
4, 5, 6.
6,
So
which
the
is
Volcano Cannon.
that volcano over there. Strength 8, 2 10s. I imagine that is not enough.
For Volcano, did the save was 11?
11. So yeah, absolutely whiffed that. Okay, that was my Warlord. Not much going on there. Steve's Hound has had his line of sight blocked by that bumbling Reaver. Is going to put laser fire into my Warlord, and you're going to shield bane the first 2.
First one. Yeah, well, first 2 shots.
First 2 shots.
First,
Yeah. First gun.
First gun, yeah. So that's 1 hit and 1 heat.
Okay, so I'm on a 3+, which goes to a 4+, which fails. Drop 1 shield.
Okay, I'm not going to shield bane the next one.
Okay.
Because
of heat.
of the heat, yeah. That's 2 hits.
2 hits. It goes back to a 3+ now. Drop another shield. So you're all fired, and 2 shields down on my Warlord. My activation, I'm going to take this Hound, and I'm going to just leather this Reaver. Oh, it's tempting to go into that thing, isn't it? It's a point. I've got the War Master's Beneficence. I don't really want to waste it, so I'm going to use it and see what I can do with that. So on the Reaver, the first lasers hitting on 3s, 2 hits.
Okay, these are the 4-ups. Pass 1, fail 1.
Pass 1 for 1, and same again for 1 more hit with Shield Bane. Do not have to roll for my reactor. Just the 1.
Oh, the 1, sorry.
Yes.
That's a fail. No matter how you look at it.
Drops another 1. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so nice, quick and easy. That's me done. Steve's activating his Warlord.
Yeah, so I'm going to play the Swift Killer trait, and I'm going to turn
45.
45 like that, and
Yep.
I'm going to open up on your Warlord.
This one?
This one.
Oh, this one here. Yep.
I know it's -2.
And -1 for the Swift Killer.
So yes, it'll be 6s.
6 is always hitting to 80.
So yes, I'd have forgotten about that. Oh, it's done now. So missiles.
10 shots hitting on 3s.
6s.
Oh, minus, yeah, 6s. Yeah. Oh yeah, blind barrage. 6s, 6s, 6s.
Okay, that is 2 though.
2. Okay. I'm still on a 3+. I don't think I want to push at this point. No, I'm not going to. Yeah, two saves.
Okay.
Volcanoes?
Nope.
No, too hot?
Too hot, and there's no point.
Okay. So
Well,
nah.
there's 2 shots. I need a 6 to hit you.
Yeah.
I've got a scatter. I don't think it's worth firing them for the heat and then having to repair it.
So that was it then?
That was it.
Okay. My Princeps Warlord is going to target Steve's Warlord. So I'm going to start with the Quake. So it's -2 to hit because of his Reaver's in the way.
What do you want the template, Chris?
Just central is fine. So I'm hitting on a 5 of a Quake, rerollable because of the Trace Cloud. Misses. Hits.
That's exactly what I did.
Okay. Trace Cloud has done me a favour. So 2 hits. Let's see. Location. That's the leg. Okay, 2 of these. Okay, so the strength 9. So it's a 13 and a 15.
Okay, that's a direct and a devastating.
Okay, so you're now quaked. So let's see what happens to you. It's a 1, so I think you spin to the left. On that. 3 to 4 is backwards, 5, 6 is to the right. So quaked again. So I will now attempt the Volcano Cannon. This is -1 from that side.
But still, because of the movement, yeah.
Because of the Reaver, I can't blocking. So it's 3 heat.
That's nice.
Roll to hit on a 4+, rerollable. It's a miss. It's another miss. So
We could scatter onto either of these things, which would be kind of good. Oh gosh, yes, and it does.
we can hit that,
yeah.
hit that building.
Yeah. 4.
Okay, so 1 hit on that building. Could I got 4 points? So it's an armor value of 14.
Yes.
Strength 12. I need a 2+.
Get it?
Penetrates it, not more than 5. It's only 1 hit, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I need a 5 or 6, which fails the building. So 5s. That's not 4 points for me.
That could be really hilarious if that blown up and taken these guys out.
So I've just got the missiles, which is strength 4, and
+1 is the best bonus you're getting in AMI.
+1. So there'd be
Anyway,
strength
regions.
5 at the body,
5 at the body.
and 10s would do damage
And it'll be strength 5 at the legs as well. 10s, no, the minimum you need is a 12
on the body.
and the body.
Yeah, so at this point the missiles still aren't strong enough to do aim shots over the top, etc. So that is my Warlord done. It's a bit of a whiff phase. So Steve's Reaver is going to pick on this Warlord and start with the missiles.
Yeah. Okay,
You
that's
get
4.
4, okay. I'm not quite sure what my shields are looking at.
So 3 up still the last time we
Still on
discussed it.
3 ups, so yeah, 50%ish, 3 ups, 4 hits. My reactor is semi-warm. Let's push for 1 heat. I can handle that. Yeah. Didn't need it, it was a good roll. 1 heat for nothing. Following up the lasers, short range. Are you opting to short range?
Yes.
You are. Okay, so 3 shots on 3s.
Okay, 3 hits, 1 heat.
3 hits, 1 heat. I wish I'd saved that roll, that reactor roll for this, which I can't really afford it at this point. So 3, 4 ups. He's made 1. He's dropped 2 shields. I'm on my last shield.
Okay.
And you've got your volcano.
Yes.
You still gonna? Yeah. You got cool enough.
No, but
2 heat.
Okay, that's
2 hits.
So he's in the red.
Right, amazing. And I've got 2 4 ups. I'm going to overload.
Okay, mate.
On 2 6s, didn't even need to. But Void is up by 1. That was your last activation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got these guys over here that aren't going to do anything, so we're all done.
You put your 4 Stride Orders, mate.
Yeah, but that's true. I just want to. I'll move them up in a minute, but I'm just going to push them up a little bit closer to that thing. But other than that, they've got nothing else to do. They are where they need to be. God, words are hard. So that was turn 2. We're going to do some end phase stuff and get back to you. Okay, end phase. All Steve has is the reactor leak, which pushes him up. It's still in the yellow for that Warlord, and I need to roll for my locomotors. For this guy, it's a 10. That's fine. They still work, which is good. Okay, so that was end phase. That was turn 2. We'll see you in turn 3. Here we go, turn 3, first player roll off. I have a 7. 3. Do I still want Steve to move first? I think I'm going to be first player. I think I want to attack first at this point in the game. So I'll be first player, and we're going to go into orders because we've used all our stratagems. Okay, interesting orders phase. Steve, you want to talk us through it?
No. Okay, so I have a 2+ to my emergency repair rolls in this maniple. So I started with my Princeps Senioris, who rolled a 1.
This guy.
Yeah, but fear not. I have a command bastion. I can reroll 1 more order per maniple, and this chap is in the red. Also went for an emergency repair roll. And can you guess what I rolled, boys and girls?
That's a beautiful 1 there.
Yeah, so this could end badly for both of these Titans.
So that was Steve's orders. Obviously we go back and forth, but we're just telling you what happened. I got a split fire order off on my Princeps. I was tempted to give that order to my other Warlord, being that they're Regia. I opted not to. I want the moves. I got a full stride order on these Cerastus. I don't care if they're not killing anything, just the fact that I can move them into horrendous places is a thorn in Steve's side. Then I went for a first fire on this Hound, which I failed, and then I was done. So that was orders. Nothing for Steve, double 1s. And,
on a D10?
On a D10.
Needless to say, that dice has been punished.
The dice haven't been kind to Steve. I don't care because because I got battered in the last round. So,
that's fair.
However, if the mop flops my side, I'm taking it all day long. That was orders. We're going to go into some moves.
Ah.
Okay, moves overview. What happened? Let's start over here. Cerastus Knights, a duck down here. It's for Steve to turn this Reaver into them, but he's in the red, so let's see if he's still on the table.
The way the dice has been going, I confidently expect him to explode, so I thought at least I'll maybe take the Cerastus with me and get away from some of the objectives.
Okay.
And if he doesn't, then, well, he can probably fire at them. This guy stays still, so I get the 5 dice in the repair phase. He's actually got some good targets. This chap has moved over there. And then I went a little bit crazy with this guy and pushed him all the way up there.
Yeah, I then ducked in behind him, and then Steve ducked in next to me, and I knew that was going to happen. I'm kind of thinking I'm the first player. Before the Hound dies, I'll do something with him. There's targets over here, rich targets. What to pick though? I need points at this point in the game. Steve is leading 6-2, and neither of us have killed any Titans, any units. But I'm sure it's going to die. This Titan's going to die. If he does, who knows what's going to happen.
Maybe
he'll
take something.
Yeah, it's a mess. Steve does have eyes on a 2-point prize though with that guy. My Warlord faced up against that Hound when he moved back there. He still can target the Warlord, so he's in quite a good position there. I wish now, in hindsight, it's one thing that I'd done the split fire orders with the Regia trait, but you don't know where your opponent's going to go, do you? So I opted not to because I wanted potentially to turn, didn't need it. So that was moves. We're going to go into the repair phase, and you're going to start with your red one.
Yeah.
You can do it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a D10.
Yep.
7. Plasma leak. Okay.
Okay.
DV strength 9 hits to the body. So it's going to be 1.
Ah.
Okay. This is going good so far. So strength 9.
Yeah.
11 to the body of a Reaver is a direct hit.
Direct hit. That was not as exciting.
That wasn't as bad as I expected it to be.
Okay.
But hey, you never know.
And then you might as well do your repair roll
Yes.
whilst we're rolling.
Rolling. Okay. Well,
One
I'm
hit.
still very much in the.
Okay, cool. So that was I think it's the only hot one. We're going to do the rest of our. Sure.
No, I've got a Warhound in the orange.
In the orange. Okay, we don't worry about that. We'll do the rest of the repairs, and we'll give you an overview, and then we'll get to the good stuff. Okay, repairs done. These guys are pretty much okay. My Warlord here cooled his heat down into the green. It wasn't the yellow, and got another shield back. So we've got 2 voids. My Hound here was in the orange. Took a strength 12. Direct devastating hit to the body. Then did my repairs, and I called 1 pip of heat. Voids aren't going to do him any good at this point. Steve's Hound was also in the orange. Took a direct hit to the body, and then didn't really repair anything, did you?
No, he's dead to me.
The Warlord, the Reaver here did absolutely nothing, blanked out, and your Warlord got rid of the 1 point of critical damage.
Yeah, that was like
with
so
5 dice.
The dice have betrayed me badly.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What can you say?
That's all the main points, and you saw what happened to that guy there. So repairs done. We're going into the combat phase. I am first player. Okay, I'm going to start with my Warhound before he gets absolutely totaled. Lots of choices here. Shieldless Warhound, a Warlord, but I'm going to go for that container. I'm going to try and get 4 points before he dies. So let's see. So I'm going to maximal fire with the plasmas. It was a armor of 14, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's a 4-pointer. So I need 4s to hit. Okay, so we've got 1 heat and 1 scatter and 1 hit. So let's do it over there. Goes that way, 6. That's going to miss.
The board, yeah.
Okay, so let's do the heat. Puts me back into the orange. Doesn't matter. Don't think I'm going to survive. So we've got 2 hits on that, haven't we? At strength 10.
Yeah.
1 goes through 15, so I need a 5+ to destroy this. No, it's a 2. Okay, and then the bolters are not going to be strong enough, so yeah, that was that. Steve's going to fire with this Hound because he's worried that he's going to die before he gets to shoot. He's going to tackle this Warlord, which is pointing right at him. So 2 lasers, and you're going to short bane the first ones, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes.
So
1
2
hit
misses
and 2 misses. Okay, beautiful.
This is how Solaria rolls.
Are you going to short bane the other one?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah.
1 hit.
1 hit, another heat. So you're in the orange.
Yep. Standard.
1 shield baning save. I've got 2 left, 4, so it goes to 5. I'm just going to roll it. Make it. Okay, hot dice. Not hot dice. Okay, back to me. So my activation, I've moved these lancers there with their full stride from over there. It's A to get out of his shots, and it kind of makes it awkward for the Warlord if he wants to use those big pie plates as well. I had to move in a straight line, so I couldn't tuck behind the Reaver as I'd liked, but they're awkward. They are super awkward.
And in case people are wondering why I didn't fire this guy first, is because I completely failed to recognise, even though the dice was right there, that they had full stride orders. Yeah. So real bad play on my part there.
I mean, it's not like they're like right under your nose as well.
No, it's not. It's like you're literally in front of my face, is it?
So that was me going back to Steve for more guns. So he is going to go for the pie plate and do some awkwardness. Let's see, he's going to need to hit.
Alright, well at least I got hit. I'm back in the orange though. So
back in the orange.
That's where I like to be.
Yeah. Okay, so you've hit 3 times because you've got 1 over 1 and the other one's in.
And you obviously don't get saved.
No save, strength 12.
Here comes all the ones.
Oh, my life.
Okay, so you've got a 14.
Yeah, sorry, well, we got that. We got a. So one was a superficial. Steve took that away.
It's 14.
14.
And a 16.
And a 16. That's enough to kill them both. It's a crit, and it wipes out. So Steve is actually now 6 points up from buildings, and he's taken out a unit. I need to do something. This Warlord is going to fire back at this Hound. So Steve's got no voids.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start with the Volcano.
Okay, it'd be -1 to hit, as I haven't taken any structural damage.
Okay, so hitting on a 4. It hits and 2 heat.
I
needed the hit. Let's have a look at the heat. That is Torment Eternal?
Yes.
Was that Addiction to Violence?
Addiction
To Violence. That's fine. I can take 2 heat from that. Okay, so 2 big hits. Location. It's the head. It's a 14.
Get the right one first, sorry. 14 is devastating.
And a 16.
16 is critical.
And takes it to the end of the track as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So now...
So I've lost my -1 to hit now, the shroud.
Right, okay, that's interesting. Because now I'm going to aim shots with the plasma. So be hitting on 5s. Am I getting +3 to this?
Yeah.
If I max them all, it's going to get me in the orange if I roll 1s. I'm strength 8 without it, getting +3. It's the strength 11. What do I need for the head minimums?
11.
11. Okay, I'm not going to max it. I'm going to aim shot with the plasma in the head.
Okay.
For 2 hits.
That's enough.
That's good. Okay, strength 8, so 11 effectively, because I'm getting +3, yeah?
That's correct.
For 11, it's a 15.
So that is devastating, so outcome's critical.
Yep, and 11 at 17.
That's a critical, so that takes him.
That's his last pip, and he's off the track.
Yes.
So that kills him?
Yes.
So engine kill. Ooh, okay. Great, so roll that d10. I wasn't sure if I'd done it.
Engine kill.
That's a 4.
It's a 4.
Laid low.
Laid low.
Direction.
Okay.
Okay, so he goes
That way,
that
2,
way, 2 inches.
and then falls. He's not going to hit.
Falls.
It's exactly where he is.
Oh, yeah.
And engine kill. Okay, first engine kill. Well done, Warlord. Back to Steve. Steve's going to barrage his missiles over at this Warlord, hitting on 5s.
That would be 4 hits.
4 hits.
See that, Chris? That's what you betrayed, mate.
Totally worth it. I've got 5. 4?
4 mate.
4.
You didn't quite get all the colour 4 hands.
4 ups. I'm. Do I overload? No. Do I? No. Oh! Legend. All saved. Okay. Hot dice.
That's me done for him.
Back to me. So my Warlord Princeps at Steve's. I'm going to start with Quake. Just hitting on 3. Gets the hit. Location. The leg, you're already hitting the leg, aren't you?
Yep, you'll get him +1 to this.
+1, so these are effectively 10s plus superficial. So it's a 15 in the leg.
Devastating.
Devastating, okay. Volcano Cannon.
Quick me first.
Wait, let's do the Quake results, sorry. It's a 1, so that's the left. Okay. Volcano, it's the hit and 1 heat. Location and legs. That's
okay.
good.
+2.
+2. So these are strength 14 effectively. Oh, so it's an 18 and a 20.
Okay, the 18 is a critical.
Yeah.
Finishes off the track.
Yep. And another critical.
And then another critical.
So it's 2 more crits on his last pip. I've got missiles that I can use to finish off. Let's just bump the heat up from that Volcano Cannon. Okay, missile shots. So I'm just going to sort my dice out. 7 shots, experimental missiles, needing 5s and 6s. 1, 2, 4. I'm going to use my Favoured by Fortune for another one. We've got a 6. We've got 5 hits. I need 1 6 out of this.
There it is.
There it is. I dropped one as well. I don't know what it is. But I've got my 1 6. Okay. So that is engine kill. Steve, roll that d10.
I'll find it first.
Engine kill.
Laid low?
Yeah.
Could it fall into this building?
No, it falls off the
Falls
board.
sideways. So it stops at the edge and then falls.
Stops at the edge, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Falls where it is. I don't think you're within 2 inches of the building. Engine kill, got the Princeps. This is Mortis getting their revenge from the last round, and that was my Warlord. Steve's Reaver going for 2 points here.
It's the only way I can try and win this game at this point, having lost the Warlord and a Warhound.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the idea of the mission, is that even if you're getting battered, you can still score points.
Yeah, at this stage I don't think I can kill any... Well, I might be able to take that Hound out, but...
Yeah.
So, priest hit against that. That is...
Using the Gatling.
On par with what I've been doing up to now. So...
it's an armour value of 12.
Okay, yes, that was pointless, wasn't it?
That was pointless.
Yes, so let's forget about that.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the Turbo Laser Destructor on the roof. That's 2 dice, that's 2 hits.
2 hits, strength 8, you need 4s.
So that is
2 go through, you need a 5 up. Nah, didn't get it. And the Melter,
okay.
which misses. Scatter, could still hit it.
Yes,
oh, 1 inch, yes, you will. 2 hits.
So it's going to be D6 still, isn't it?
Yeah, just don't. We need to roll. Don't roll 1s. So you've got 1 that goes through, and on a 5 up, it destroys. 6 explodes. Nothing's within range of the explosion, even if you roll a 6. Steve scores another 2 points. I'll give you that. My last activation into Steve's Sideways Reaver. Have you got shields?
Yes.
You have. How many you got?
2.
2 left. What's my heat like? Good. I'm going to shield bane the first set of lasers. Oh dear. Just 1 hit and 2 heat.
Okay, so the save is a fail. So shield me.
Okay.
No, I've been a failed either way actually. I need a 5 up there.
And I'm not going to shield bane. The other one more hit.
Okay, that's...
that drops the shields. Okay, but I'm now in the orange, which is not great. Steve's last activation, his Hound into the flank of my Hound. I've got a bit of damage to the body, so you're going to aim with the bolter?
Yeah.
That was your...
That was it, yeah. So we're going to be going... Weapon skills 4.
Yep.
-2 to aim.
Yeah.
Will be 6, but +1 to the range.
Yep.
So 5s, and 6 still explode.
Yes.
And here we go, good luck. Wish me luck. Excellent.
1.
1.
1 hit.
Oh, alright then.
So you're in the flank, which makes it +1.
Okay, so alright.
Plus I've got some damage, so you got +2 effectively.
So that is
12.
plus 12, yeah.
That is actually a devastating hit.
That's not good to hope for at this stage.
You could have done with more hits.
I'm going to do a smash attack.
Of course you are.
And I'm going to aim it for 3 at the bottom, is that correct?
Sure, yeah, so D3.
2.
2 hits.
Weapon skill is
4.
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Oh gosh, I'm trashing the...
Trash the place.
Trashing the...
Hive quake.
Hive quake.
Are you going to risk the plasma?
Well, I'm going to have to. I had no... didn't want to, but...
Yeah, hitting on... Is there any bonuses for them at short range? I don't think there is.
I think this is not a penalty, as I recall.
No, so you need 4s, yeah.
Yeah.
Using your weapon skill.
So I miss with 1.
Okay, miss with 1. Hit with the other.
So let's do the scatter with the 1.
Yes.
I missed. So that goes...
Well, that was 6, so that's not going to hit anything.
So it's 2.
Maximal, I'm assuming.
Yes, sorry. Spare body.
Yep.
Which is what I wanted. So these are strengths, that's a 12.
Yeah, plus the flank, 13.
13, thank you, yeah.
Plus 2.
Oh, right, 14.
So it's 15.
15.
Which is a critical hit.
Yay.
So it's 2 crits because it's off the track as well.
Okay, and the next one will be +1 to whatever I just said.
Yeah, so it's strength 10, plus 3 is 13. In the flank is 14, plus 2 is 16. So it's critical hit off the track. It's another critical hit, it's engine kill. Steve gets another unit. At this point I'm not quite sure what the points are. It's huge actually. Having a little check at the end of this turn, see what needs to be done. Steve is not out of the game. It's 10.
That might change it.
That is a big bad boom. Read it out, my man.
Catastrophic Meltdown.
Yes.
D3 and at the...
So the maximum blast you can get from this is going to be 8 inches, which is going to hit nothing but Steve's Titan, so we didn't bother rolling. And it's D6 hits, strength 7, bypassing voids. So let's start with your Hound, which takes 6 hits. Location is the legs. Get some dice for... Steve's like panting away. Strength 7, superficial. So 10, will that do anything?
So the legs is a direct hit,
Okay, I've rolled 2 5s, that's 2 12s.
2 more direct hits.
2 13s.
Right, so the last one of the is devastating. The other 13s are critical.
Takes you over.
No tracks.
Okay, and that's it.
So that's 2 criticals.
Just one.
One, sorry.
Yeah, gives you 1 critical
So
hit.
he
on
is
that.
stabilizer damage.
Okay, and then we've got going to the rear of this Reaver. So these are going to be strength 9 effectively.
Roll 1.
So D6, 3. Location is the body.
Yep.
Okay, so strength 9 into the body plus D6. Okay, superficial. So a 13
Devastating.
and a 14.
Devastating.
Okay, still standing. And I'm a great big hole in the ground. And that was your activation, wasn't it?
Engine kill.
That was the turn. So there you go. We're going to just tidy things up and do a little end phase for you. Okay, in the end phase, Steve just did a little spin with his stabilizers there. I need to roll for this guy's locomotors, which is fine. They still work, which is really good. I'm going to need them in the next turn. So end of this turn 3, Steve has got 8 points from destroying structures. I've only got 2. I've done about 700 points of Titans. Steve's done units. Steve's done about 4 or 5. Steve's actually in quite a good lead. Maybe I went too turn heavy going for Titans. He's now got a good flanking opportunity here against some ponderous warlords. He's still got more, but he can still sweep up 2 more buildings. Turn 4 could be the last turn of the game. I'm actually going to have to get moving and do something serious, otherwise I could actually suffer a defeat for all my good dice. So that was turn 3. We'll see you in turn 4. Here we go, Princeps. Turn 4, potentially the last turn, and you can see where we are. So Steve has a lead on points as it stands. We've done well taking out buildings early. I maybe should have done the same thing. Concentrated too much on a warlord, who knows. So let's see who's going to be first player. I rolled a 2. Steve rolled a 10. Do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I think?
I have to think.
Fair enough. Okay, Steve has elected for me to be first player. I would have preferred to have been second player. So straight away he's taken an advantage over what I want to do. And we're going to go into the orders phase, because there is no strats. Orders complete. A lot of thinking, but not a lot of doing. I just went for a first fire on this warlord. Steve then opted for a full stride here. Powered it.
Yes.
I then elected no more orders, and Steve thought about his command bastion for this guy here, but elected no more orders. So that was it. 1 first fire on my warlord, and we're going to go into the movement phase. Okay, so in the movement phase I'm first player, and I did a first fire so I could get an early shot on that building over there. That's a 5-pointer, and got the old Volcano, so strength 12. So let's see what we can do. We've got the heat and we've got a hit, which is spot on. So it's 2 hits, strength 12. I need what, 3s? Okay, 1 superficial, 1 goes through. On a 5+, I'll score 5 points. It's 2. Okay, didn't work out for me this time. Buildings are harder to destroy.
We have got another turn. Try.
I have got another turn of shooting, that's why I went for the first fire. Okay, so that was my first activation. Okay, Princeps, movement done. So in order, you saw my Princeps started off with the first fire, and then your Reaver moved over here, didn't he? To take on a 3-point score building here. I then moved my Hound in the flank to intercept. See what I can do. Just getting the extra smash attack. Then Steve moved his Hound round here to target my Hound, and this is why I didn't want to go first. I really want Steve to move first, so I was worried about his Reaver that was here not be able to press on with this Warlord in case he came around my flank. So I moved back a bit, and I've got targets for the Warhound and that building there. And what Steve did, he brought this Reaver from here and decided to use him as a blocker. Still got voids, haven't you?
Yep, 4 voids.
Use him as a blocker and get eyes on this Warhound as well. So having the advantage of moving second has definitely been massive in this game, I think. You know, often you like to go first and get those shots off, but the movement gain's been huge. So if Steve can take this out, it's more points. I don't take out buildings, I'm going to be down by quite a lot, even though I feel like I've had quite a good game. So that's movement. We're going to do some damage repair and we'll give you an overview. Okay, interesting damage repair phase. Both these Titans were in the orange, and Steve's Reaver did a ton of damage. He overheated and done a ton of damage to his own body. Almost, you're 1 pip off from two pips away from being compromised. So I'm getting +2 for that now. My Hound.
We get +1, Chris.
+1. Is that all?
Yeah, Titan. Yeah.
That's a shame. +1, but he's done more damage to his track. My Hound overheated and dropped a fully voided Hound, which is not good. That's the one thing I was thinking, well, okay. Repair wise, I just dropped some heat, didn't get any shields back. These guys are fine, did a little bit of heat, and you repaired the critical damage on your legs, didn't you? And that Reaver. Bit of heat or something?
A bit of heat and no, just the leg damage. Yeah, that's all I got off. Just 1/5.
On this Hound.
On the Hound, yeah.
And nothing much to talk about on that Reaver. So this is quite pinnacle here, especially with the formation Steve's taken up. So we're now going to go into a very decisive, could be, combat phase. Okay, starting with my Hound, we did establish that there was enough damage, that it is +2 damage in the body to that Reaver now. So I'm going to have this Hound before he gets taken out. Now I've lost my voids, that was terrible. I'm going to start with the lasers. I'm a weapon skill 4, and there's no bonuses, so I'm not going to aim into the body. There's more chance of hitting the body with the location dice than there is with aim shots, so at this point. So let's just do the first one for no hits, and the second one, dice off the table, again for no hits. Okay, so straight into a smash attack for 1 hit, hitting on a 4 into the body, no hits, blanked out. Okay.
Not gonna lie to you, that was
painful. So this is turning on its head like Titanicus does. So Steve's going to take advantage with this Reaver now into the rear of my Hound. He's going to start with his Melter. And gets 2 hits.
It's range not just shy of the D10, sadly.
So D6 in it.
Yeah. 2 hits. 2. The head.
You can't see the head, so you'd have to re-roll.
The head. Body.
Right, hits the body. It's
one
got superficial,
of course, and 114.
Is it minus 11? Sorry. It's more than that because you're in the rear. So you've got another +2. So 15 in the body is going to be a critical. Now you've made a hole.
That's made a, yes. So we'll fire the. Will I get any bonuses on that now?
You're getting +1.
Okay, so that makes my Gatling blaster strength 6, and the body is a 12, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll definitely be going with the lasers next.
Lasers next. And do I or don't I aim? That's the thing, isn't it?
1 in 3 chance of hitting the body without aiming.
I'm normally.
Okay. Both missed.
Don't remember.
And now he Gatlings.
Yes.
Aiming or not?
Yeah, I'm going to aim at the body.
Okay, hit on 5s. Amazing.
Wow.
He's got 4?
4.
Jeez.
He's a Aquila.
Okay. 4 hits. Strength 5.
7 in the rear.
7 in the rear, +1 as well from the damage. 8. So it's effectively strength 8.
So rerolling 1 for ordnance.
Reroll those 2. Okay.
Right, okay, so
we've got a 10.
10, yeah, to the body,
okay.
Which is I think a direct.
Which is a direct.
Okay, we've got 11, which I believe is the same.
11, yeah.
We've got 13.
Which is a devastating, which takes me over the track into a crit.
Okay, and then we've got a
15,
yeah.
Which is a critical hit and takes me over the track. It's an engine kill. Steve is doing very well in the late stages of the game.
Okay.
Okay, rolling a d10. for a 1.
That's not
It
silence.
Silence just
stays there.
stands there. Okay.
That's a kill.
Okay, I'm activating my Warlord, and despite these Titans in front of me that have voids, I need points, so I'm going to fire at this building. The only weapon I've got that can do it is the Volcano, so here's for everything. Okay, it's a hit, and it's for free. So it's a 4-pointer, so it's got an armour value of 4. It penetrates twice. I need a 5. Oh, it's got the 6. It explodes. There's nothing close to it. It's 4 points. It was worth it. It's a good activation. Back to Steve. Steve's Reaver activation. He is going to pick on this armour value 13 Promethean tank for another 3 points. Potential 3 points. Done with his lasers.
4 to hit.
4 to hit.
Is this the one?
Just 1. Strength 8.
Yep.
So you need a 5+.
Nope.
Didn't get it. Volcano.
Volcano.
Coming in.
Coming in very hot.
Are you warm?
Yeah. Don't really want to get doubled, otherwise this will put him to the red again.
Okay.
Okay.
Machine Spirit. So command check.
Okay, so I rolled a 5 for
Which
that,
passes.
which is a
So
pass.
1 heat.
Only the 1 heat, which is not enough to kill me. That's the wrong title. Actually, I'm lying to you. I cleaned it all out, so I'm not actually in the orange.
Steve's got a really good track record of looking at the wrong Titans.
Yeah, that's because I haven't stuck my names on the boards yet, and it's confusing.
Okay, so we've got 2 hits.
Yes.
And strength 10, these 3s.
Well, of course.
Double 2, he blanks out. No points there from that Titan. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, my Princeps is going down range at this 5-pointer. I'm going to start the Quake. I would need a 6 to damage it. I've missed.
Right.
Completely right. Oh, you can roll that for me.
I'm not dead.
He doesn't want to jinx it. It's
Oh,
10 inch, yeah. So that was that. And now the Volcano.
Okay.
Okay, we hit. Okay, strength 12. 14, so only one of them. I need a 5 or a 6, 5 points. Oh, he gets a 6!
That's
5 points. Don't worry, we can clear that.
You literally blown up. I think that may have clinched it for you.
That brings it closer, definitely closer, but the game isn't over yet. I think it is tight, it is definitely tight. That was my activation. Steve's got 1 more, I think.
I have, but I don't actually have anything to do.
Okay, so you think you're done?
I am done, yeah, I've got nothing to shoot at, mate.
Okay, so we're going to tidy up and we'll do an end phase for it. Okay, the game stands on a knife edge, end phase for turn 4. Could be the last turn of the game. So all I've got to roll for is this guy's locomotives. They're still working on a 5. They only fail on a 1. Steve, do you want to see if the game continues?
You want me to roll it?
Well, do you want to roll it?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
On a 9 or 10, the game ends.
Ready?
Yeah, we're
It's a 5.
5. We're going into turn 5. It's close. Going into turn 5, we kind of think I am approximately 3 points up, with plenty left on the board. So it is tight. Getting that building in that turn really helped. Steve out-activates me now for the first time. That could help. So first player roll off, turn 5. I scored a 9. I scored a 7. I want Steve to be first player. Straight into orders for turn 5. Steve elected for a Spitfire here. I elected for no orders. Steve then elected no further orders. So that's all we got. No stratagems to play. We're going to go into the movement phase. Okay, in the movement phase, Steve moved that Reaver behind this pillar, and that was to get out of sight of this Warlord here. So in effect, I moved up with my Warlord here to take on this building. Steve has used these two to try and protect it. It's worth a very valuable point. This is interesting. I backed up with this guy once the shot was off over here because that Reaver's got no shield. So I backed up and I've targeted these guys. And this is where we are. So Steve's basically got shot on a 3-pointer here
And a 4-pointer.
and a 4-pointer
He's on split fire already.
because he's on split fire. So he could clean up with the right dice. He's trying to stop me get a point here. It's all to play for. It's a massively close game. I'm glad it is. Even though I really want the Traitors to win. So yeah, we're going to do some damage repair, and then we're going to get into what could be a huge and final combat phase. So other than a point of heat here and there, the main thing in this repair phase is fully voided Hound now. He just had one. He's now fully voided, which is huge because he's lined up with this Warlord. Other than that, not much to talk about. We're going into the combat phase. Steve's Reaver, first player, unloading everything into my Warlord Princeps.
Just outside of 8 inches, so freeze to hit.
Gatlings. All
That'll
hit?
be, no,
Oh, no,
that'll be
hit 2-1.
4.
They're terrible, those dice.
I know. What to look at?
Yeah, what to look at, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they show up on camera
They're
okay.
better than the atrocious things that betrayed me earlier.
So 4 hits.
Yeah.
Let's push for 2. Reroll that 1. So drop a shield and 2 heat. Shield baning lasers next. 2 shots, hitting on 3s.
That'd be 2.
2 hits.
Oh, I should have rolled a reactor dice as well.
You should have.
That's machine.
It's machine spirit. Okay.
Worth making a note of. A bypass.
Bypass. Okay, so 1 heat, 2 hits. Shield baning. I'm on a 3+. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to roll it. Roll double force.
Okay.
Okay.
This isn't part of my epic plan. It's just it would have been nice if it had worked.
Okay.
Okay, Melted Cannon hits 2 shields.
2 shields. I'm not going to do anything more than roll for 2 saves. That's your guy done, isn't it?
That's him done.
Okay.
What I was hoping to do is drop the shields
Yeah.
of these weapons, and then and then target your.
Volcano. Stop me from going for this cheeky 1-pointer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do some shenanigans next. Okay, I've got shenanigans in my turn. My options are this. This Warlord. If I target this Warhound, I can missiles at him, try and drop his shields, then fire with him with the plasma, try and do some damage, then a cheeky overlapping volcano shot hitting the Warhound and the building, and try and do both. My second option is with this guy. Now he can barrage fire missiles at the Warhound without penalty, and then go for an overlapping shot on the Warhound and the building with the Quake. But then I don't get to fire the Volcano because you can't see him. Or I use the Volcano and the Quake purely on that building, hitting on 5s, but I have 1 reroll with my Princeps trait. I've opted for that second option. I'm going to use the 2 big guns purely on the building. So I'm going to start with this guy and fire everything at the Warhound. So this Warlord at this Hound, he's fully voided. So let's start with missiles. It wasn't the best. I've missed with 3. I've not rolled enough dice, have I? 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got dice missing. I'm going to roll 2 more. Okay, that's better. 3, 4, 7. 7 hits.
Okay. I will push reactor.
Okay. So it's 3. Drop 2. Drop 3. Is that voids down? I think. Needed that reroll to go through. Okay. So let's do a Volcano Cannon and let's go for the cheeky overlap. This is all or nothing. In fact, this will decide what I do with this guy after, actually. So it's a hit and 1 heat. So let's do the location on the Hound. It's the legs.
He is already critically damaged in the legs, so it's +3 to this.
Already critically damaged.
Well, he's got full track.
Oh, full track, so he's compromised. This is amazing. Okay. So I've got, so it's +3, 2 crits then.
Okay. So he is, so it goes
Which
crit.
is 3 crits effective. Actually, it could be engine kill, isn't it? Because each one is worth 2, because you're compromised. So that is an engine kill, straight off the bat. Little technical error, guys. Whilst I was looking at the board, my finger was on the zoom. So when I edit this, I'll hopefully sort all that out. What happened was, I hit with the unshielded Warhound with my Volcano Cannon, and managed to get 2 crits, and he was compromised, so it ended up being 4 crits, which ended killed it. I've still got the overlap shot on the building to roll for. So Steve's just rolled for your...
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
So rolled a 4, which is...
Laid low.
Laid
So
low.
Staggers. That way.
This way.
4 inches.
4 inches, and then falls. Exactly where he is. So that's energy kill. So that's points. And I've got the overlap on the building. It's only got an armour value of 11. It's 1 hit. Superficial. I do not get the building, but I did get the Warhound. Okay, so that was my activation. It was a good activation. Steve's Reaver is going for a 3-pointer with his lasers first. So he's still long range. 3 shots in on 4s. Gets 2.
Okay.
Strength 8. So he needs 5s. Nothing goes through. The Volcano.
Yeah.
Aiming for the 4.
I was hoping to get... Yeah. Show you where I can win.
Aiming for the 4-pointer.
Okay.
Machine Spirit needs to pass. He does on a 7. It hits 1 heat on this 4-point building. Strength 10. 2 hits. Needs 4 pluses to beat the armour.
Of course.
He gets a 3 and a 1. Doesn't do it. The game is slipping back into Mortis' hands. I've got my last activation. Last activation, my Warlord. I'm going for the 1-pointer. That's the point I can see with both guns. It's -2 to hit. I'm going to start with the Quake, which misses and scatters. 4 inches that way. Might even still get 1 hit.
Yep.
Strength 9. Beats the armour. So I need a 5 or 6. Get a 1. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the Volcano Cannon now. So I have failed to hit. I'm going to use my reroll. I get the hit. 1 heat. Beat the armour twice. One of them by 5. So this one I need a 5 or 6. I get it on the D6. The building explodes. The explosion is D6 inches. That's 4 inches. So the Reaver will take how many? 6 strength, which is done on a D10. Takes 6 strength 1 hits. So it will do absolutely nothing. Even in the rear, which would be maximum I could roll is a 9.
Yeah.
And 10s.
We'll roll for it
here's your
because
body.
I've got a +1 on the body.
Okay, so location is the body. So I'm getting plus what to these?
Get +3 with the rear and the damage.
+3. So they're actually. Oh, is it compromised?
No.
No. So it's +2 for the rear.
+1 for the.
For the actual damage.
Yeah.
So it's +3. So it actually makes these strength 4 now. 4 superficial.
We did 10.
We have
So
1 10. 1 direct. And the building is destroyed. And that is my last activation. And you're activated as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that is the end of the turn. Let's tidy up, do some critical damage, and see if the game continues. End phase, turn 5. No critical damage. Do my locomotors carry on working? They do. Steve, do you want to roll for it? Or shall I roll for it?
You can roll for it.
I'll roll for it. Okay, so on a 5+, the game ends. Here's a 5. That's the game. I think Mortis have it. We're going to tot it up, and we'll sort out the campaign stuff with our destroyed titans and have a little chat with you. Okay, Princeps, before we get into the result and the little chat at the end, we need to decide if any of these go to the scrap heap. So, which end do you want to start, Steve?
Start the Warlord.
Okay.
Here we go.
On a D6, the 2 survives. My hound, 6 survives. Steve survives. 6 survives. 6 survives. So they're all up for repair. None of them have been reduced to scrap on a roll of a 1. That was the game. I'll see you in a mo for the final score and a little talk about how it went down. Hi Princeps, and welcome back to our first battle report in a while and kicking on with the campaign. Big round. We've got 3 battles to do in this round. Traitors are on the attack in every battle. After the beating they took armory points wise in the last round, they're going full bore. And this is the first game. It was our own mission. Come up with something a bit different, using the destroying building rules, but getting points for them. And there was 15 points you could score for buildings, and another 15 points. Put the chart up. Haven't decided which side yet. So you can see. So it gave you the decision-making problem of what do I go for. So the score at the end of the game. And it was Traitors 22, Loyalists 13. Now I know that sounds poles apart, but the game was a lot closer than that. In the last round, Steve had targets on 7 points worth of buildings that brought him up to 20. And I managed to kill the Warhound and take out another building. That put me into the next bracket of with the engine kills and the units I killed. It got me 10 points, Steve got 5. I scored 12 points for building, Steve scored 8. The game was swinging every turn, I think, when we were looking at it in between rounds, the points. Steve did very well taking out buildings early. I think for 3 turns I was 6 points to 2 down just on buildings alone, which was good. I had some good dice. Steve had some terrible dice, that helped. It's a dice game that happens, not going to focus on that too much. For me, the Warlords were really good. Steve was petrified of them. I had a good first round, hitting his Princeps really hard. I wanted kills in this game. I know buildings help you win, and they did in the end. But I need to make Steve suffer in this campaign. He didn't lose any at the end, didn't roll any 1s. He hasn't got to rebuy his Princeps, but he has got to repair it. But I needed a victory. I'm ousting him out of that territory, and that's good. I don't know what we forgot or missed. Obviously I'm recording this before I edit it, and I'm sure I'll find things as I go. And if you find anything, let us know. It's been a while, a bit rusty. I definitely forgot the Remains of the Fallen on my Warhound. At that point I don't think Steve was making orders, but it doesn't matter. I'd like to know really what you thought about the mission. Try and change things up, try and give the game a theme, and I find it very hard to work out what a good victory condition is when you've only got 5 models, and if it's holding objectives and you're getting battered and you've only got 2 Titans left out of 5 or 6, it's going to be very hard to do that. So I find creating missions is fun and it's quite difficult. Obviously Graham Sanders has got a very good pack, and we'll be using that for one of our missions in this round. We've got a more narrative style game for the next one for you. Yeah, so I mean Titanicus, you all know Titanicus and how it goes, so I'm more interested in what you think about the mission and whether you think it was good. Would you play it yourself? Did you think it was fair? It was very tense. Steve's got a massive headache. That's not why he's gone. He's had to get his kids. After that game, it was brilliant. I do get a bit excited sometimes off camera, trying to think, and maybe we've missed things. But we're back. That was the game. It's a victory for Mortis. We're back. It's not over, and we'll be kicking on in the next game. And we've got another themed game for you. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next game for more thrills, more spills, and more engine kills.